are behind on their payments. Should they get it? People that are behind, should they get their property listed with you quickly before the foreclosure clock catches up, or what's the deal there?
If people are behind on their payments and they know an auction date's creeping up behind them, they should give me a call immediately. My phone number is 480-580-8680. If people aren't behind on payments, then they don't have a foreclosure clock running after them. Usually, I'll need at least anywhere from 60 to 120 days to market the property and get an offer to stop the clock.
Right. So that is still, if they're not behind, that'd be a good time to actually call you and get their property listed if that's what they're thinking
Absolutely.
about doing.
And that's critical to do because, Jason, we ran into it probably, 2 months ago with the home out in Ahwatukee. Beautiful home, beautiful home, probably $1 million home.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy calls us, and he's like, my auction date for the home is in 10 days. You know, Jason's been known to walk on water. I've been known to I've been known to turn water into wine, but to turn a short sale in 10 days like that with that type of property, I mean, it's impossible. So, you know, our hands were tied. We tried our best, but in 10 days, you know, and you take in a couple weekend days, it's really less than that. And that's why it's critical. If you want to avoid the foreclosure, get a hold of DeLotte or get a hold of somebody as soon as you possibly can, because putting your head in the sand like an ostrich isn't going to do you any good.
No, so, call you, DeLotte, right away, 480-580-8680. This is for anyone out there that just kind of wants to stop the bleeding, or look into the possibility of selling their property a bit short, or what have you. You're the guy to call.
Absolutely.
So give DeLotte Wynn a call, 480-580-8680. DeLotte, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Brandon, let's jump back into our process at Arizona Investment Link. Now, you're not going to want to miss the next segment, because Jeremy Bessie, the longtime radio personality, is back in the studio, and he is you look fired up today, Jeremy. Is it just me, or are you pretty fired up?
It's hot, buddy. It's hot.
So let's dive back in, Brandon. Now, you comp these properties, and again, let's get back to some of the other big companies out there, the big bidding services that comp properties for their clients that are all over the world or all throughout the nation. It's kind of the herd mentality. You know, it's like, let's look for the biggest, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best company, does it?
Well, no, in a lot of ways, there are some good companies out there, but, 9 times out of 10, when you go to one of the larger companies, the first thing you're going to notice between us and them is the customer service difference. Mm-hmm. With us, we know who everybody is. We crack jokes with you. We have a good time. We communicate on a regular basis, and we really get to know our clients outside of the professional realm and get to know them as people. With some of these larger companies, I don't think they can say that. They send you over a list, and it's up to you, and it's a lot more responsibility and liability on your part as a potential client. With us, we try to make it as easy as possible for you.
Let's get back to the comping and the technique of how we comp our properties without giving too much. Well, I guess we'll give it all away. But let's get back to that in a minute. I want to ask Jeremy. Jeremy, now you deal with a lot of our clients because you insure their properties after they buy them through us. How well of a relationship do we have with our clients? I know you're kind of the guy on the outside dealing with them, but you could see how close they actually are with us. They're not just a number within the company, that's for sure.
No, first name basis for sure.
Yeah. So, we get them taken care of, and, any questions, get back to them right away. It's all about service. And I'm telling you, people fail in business because they don't answer the phone. They don't call back. They don't do what they say they're going to do. But at Arizona Investment Link, that's our middle name. All of that.
And then some. It's a long name, but we do all of that and then some. And it's, I say it time and time and time again. When we set up our business model, it was to run it the way that we would want it ran, as if we were the customer. So it takes a lot more work on our part, a lot more attention to detail, but we managed to do it, and we're a lot of success with it so far.
At the end of the day, it works out. The phone is ringing off the hook here. If you want more information, Arizona Investment Link, call us, 602-369-4663. Again, it's 602-369-4663. Fantasy football is coming up too, Brandon. I just had to bring that up and just let the listeners know, if you don't know. If you're into fantasy football, raise a hand up right now and just put your number one finger up, because that's what I'm doing. And if you're watching us online, you can sit here, look right in the camera. There you go. We're talking, Are you in fantasy football too?
Third pick in my league.
Oh, my gosh.
We're ready to rock.
That's awesome. So let's get back to business, Brandon. Comps.
Where did fantasy?
I have no idea. I just had to say it because I have 2 drafts this week. Anyway, when it comes to comping properties, a couple of these other big outfits out there, again, they comp off of Zillow. They comp off tax records.
And that's all fine and dandy. We're all about being an optimist and thinking best case scenario. But when we're dealing with the properties that we're flipping, we have to be realist. We have to take a conservative route, and that's where we don't bid on every single property that goes to auction. We just bid on the ones that make sense, and if we don't get them at the numbers that we want, then we don't go after them. But when we're trying to determine the value on these homes, we go off of the MLS. MLS is where 95% of the properties are sold out there, and for anybody who doesn't use that as a resource or as a tool, is making a huge mistake, because that's what everybody's seeing. And the majority of the buyers are looking on Realtor.com. They're doing a lot of their research before they even buy it with an agent.
That's right. We're going to be talking with Jeremy Bessie with Farmers Insurance in the next segment. But in the 4th segment, Brandon, let's get into what our summer technique was and how well it's working out, actually. More with the Real Estate Power when we return.
KFNN brings you the latest with this information update. KFNN News Time is 1:30.
Arizona Investment Link is a proven real estate powerhouse specializing in foreclosure auction bidding services. There are several companies in the Valley that provide bidding services, but you will be hard-pressed to find a company that offers a seamless investment process from start to finish. Arizona Investment Link provides each investor with a list of homes available at auction and a breakdown of all costs associated with buying that home through close of escrow. That's title status, back taxes, selling title fees, and whether or not you'll be bidding on a first lien position. AIL provides full rehab service, which is really what they are known for. Rehabbing a property is literally a full-time job for the do-it-yourself investor. Their rehabs take typically no more than a week to complete. That's right, 1 week. Then it's on to the marketing and selling of the property. Time is money, and money is time. Contact the AIL team today, 602-369-4663. That's 602-369-4663. Or for more information or a list of current properties for sale, visit ArizonaInvestmentLink.com.
A little news, a little weather, a little traffic, and all the rest is financial. Radio that makes you money is 1510 KFNN.
Ready to learn and be entertained at the same time? Then tune in to It's All About Money with Bill Tatro, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. right here on 1510 KFNN. Don't miss it.
Now back to the Real Estate Power Hour, brought to you by Arizona Investment Link. To join the show, call 602-324-KFNN. That's 602-324-5366. Or outside the Phoenix area at 1-800-293-KFNN. Now, back to 2 guys that can't sing karaoke worth but they sure do know a lot about real estate. Jason and Brandon.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Power Hour. I'm Jason.